Hello students, as in the last lecture we saw how to find the shortest distance between the two vector equation. As you will have two vector equation like this, r equals to a1 bar plus lambda b1 bar and r bar equals to a2 bar plus lambda b2 bar. Here in place of lambda will take mu. In this way you will have two vector equation. You will compare the vector equation, the given vector equation with this, where you will get the value of a1, b1, a2 and b2. After that we have the formula to find the shortest distance between the two vectors. The formula is what? D equals to, in the bracket you will write a2 minus a1, then dot b1 cross b2 upon magnitude of b1 cross b2. So here the first step will be what? You will find a2 minus a1. After that you will find b1 cross b2. After that dot product between these two, and then magnitude of b1 cross b2. After finding all the values, simply you have to substitute the value, and as we know that all the values, it lies inside the mod. So so whether the answer it is positive or negative, of course if it is inside the mod, the final answer it will be in positive only. I hope you all understood how to solve and how to find the answer, the shortest distance between the two vector equation. Today we'll see one sum based on how to find the shortest distance between the two Cartesian equation. I hope you all might be knowing what do you mean by the Cartesian equation. So the Cartesian equation is what? It is x minus x1 upon a is equal to y minus y1 upon b is equal to z minus z1 upon c. So there are three ratios like this: x minus x1 upon a equal to y minus y1 upon b equal to z minus z1 upon c, where x1, y1, z1 are the point and a, b, c are the direction ratio. I hope this all basic things you all might be knowing, as this all things I had explained in the first video lecture. So here you will have two Cartesian equation. You will compare the given Cartesian equation with this, so where you will get the value of x1, y1, z1, a1, b1, c1. From the second equation you will get x2, y2, z2, a2, b2, c2. After that you have to find the distance. To find the distance, first we'll find this part, this section. Which one? The numerator section, the determinant part separately. After that we'll find the denominator part separately. Don't solve the sum there itself. Okay, separate these steps. So first you will find the numerator section, after that you will find the denominator section. After getting the answer of the numerator and the denominator, you will write the formula, substitute the value, do the basic calculation, then you will get the answer of distance between the two Cartesian equation. So these are the two steps which you have to follow. Like here we had followed, first we used to find a2 minus a1, that after that we took b1 cross b2, then third step it was we find the relation between these two, dot product between these two, and the fourth step it was the magnitude of b1 cross b2. So here the first step will be, you will separate this part, you'll find the determinant part of the numerator, then after that you will take the denominator part, you'll find the answer, then after that write the formula, substitute the value. So these two steps you will follow while solving the sums based on shortest distance between the two Cartesian equation. Okay, so remember this formula as I had explained how to biad this denominator section. Okay, just remember this cycle: b2c, c2a and a2b. So b2c, c2a and a2b. So here it is like this only: b2c, c2a and a2b. So here you will write 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1 like that. Okay, see here b2c, c2a and then a2b. So b2c, b2c you will write, c2a, c2a. Okay, like here bc, bc, ca, ca, ab, ab. Then after that 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1. So in this way you can remember this formula. Okay, so let's begin with the sum now. Okay, before that here we have two more concepts. As I told, if in the question if it says that you have to show yeah, check whether the given two vector equation or a Cartesian equation of the line intersecting each other or not. So when they will intersect each other, when the numerator section of the two vector equation, that means the distance between these two vector equation, if the numerator section is 0, if this part is 0, can I say if numerator part is 0, so 0 upon any term will be what? 0. So that means if your distance turns to 0, if distance, the final answer is 0, then we can say that the vector equation between the two lines are intersecting each other. Understood? So in simple language, uh, no need of finding this 2, just simply find this. If you get this answer equals to 0, so of course if this numerator section is 0, so 0 upon any number will be what? 0. So in simple language, if distance is equal to 0, then we can say the vector equation of line intersecting each other. If it does not equal to 0, that means it does not intersect each other. Okay, here also same. For the Cartesian equation, you will take the numerator part. If the numerator section is equal to 0, of course if this part is 0, so we know that 0 upon any term will be what? Equal to 0. Here also same, if distance turns to 0, we can say that the two Cartesian equation line intersect each other. If does not equal to 0, it means it does not intersect. So from just solving this part, numerator section, we will come to know that whether the lines are intersecting or not. If you want to find the denominator part also, you can find substitute, but we know that 0 upon any number will turns to what? 0. If this part, when you will solve, if this numerator section is not equal to 0, straight away of course we can say that the two lines are not intersecting each other. The numerator part, it has to be 0 if you want to show that the lines are intersecting to each other. Okay, I hope you all understood this concept. So let's move on to the sum. So in this today's video lecture, we're gonna do one sum based on how to find the shortest distance between the two Cartesian equation, as well as we'll take two more example based on, we'll show that, we'll check whether the given vector equation of line intersecting or not, and we'll take one example on the Cartesian equation. We'll check whether the given equation of line intersecting or not. So let's begin with the sum. So here we have the question, we have to find the shortest distance between the line. Here clearly we can see that the line which is given here, it is in the form of what? It is in the form of Cartesian equation. Yes or no? So it says that what? Okay, here it is it. X plus 1 upon 7 equals to y plus 1 upon minus 6 equals to, here z will come. Okay, z plus 1 upon 1 and x minus 3 upon 1, y minus 5 upon minus 2, and z minus 7 upon 1. Okay, so here we have two Cartesian equation. We'll compare the Cartesian equation with this two. So where you will get x1 y1 z1 a1 b1 c1 x2 y2 z2 a2 b2 c2. So here we'll write the shortest, okay, the shortest distance between the lines x1 minus x minus x1 upon a, y minus y1 upon b, z minus z1 upon c. So here in place of abc we'll write a1 b1 and c1, because here it says that here we have two Cartesian equations. So we'll write a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 and c2. So second equation will be what? X minus x2 upon a2, y minus y2 upon b2, and z minus z2 upon c2 is, okay, so here we'll write the formula. So what is the formula? In the first row here you'll write x1 minus x2, sorry, x2 minus x1 as per the formula. So clearly we can see that your formula is what? X2 minus x1, then y2 minus y1, and z2 minus z1. Okay, after that a1 b1 c1, A1 B1 C1, then A2 B2 C2. This is the numerator section, and here we have to find the shortest distance. So this is the formula to find the shortest distance between the two Cartesian equation. And in the denominator section, just remember this cyclic form: B2C, C2A, and A2B. So here we'll write the formula inside the square root. So in the first bracket you will write BC minus BC. So here 1 minus 1 2, and 2 1 will come, then whole square. In this way you can remember this formula. The second, in the second bracket, CA minus CA you will write the whole square. Here 1 2, 2 1 you will write, then plus AB minus AB you will write. Again same here you will write 1 2 2 1. So in this way you can remember your formula. First you will write BC, in the second bracket you will write CA, in the third bracket you will write AB. That means BC minus BC, CA minus CA, AB minus AB. This will be 1 2 minus 2 1, 1 2 minus 2 1, 1 2 minus 2 1. So in this way you can buy out your formula. Okay. So as I wrote the formula, after that, comparing 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 the given equation. So the equations are what? X plus 1 upon 7 equals to y plus 1 upon minus 6 equals to z plus 1 upon 1, and x minus 3 upon 1 equals to y minus 5 upon minus 2 equal to z minus 7 upon 1. So when you will compare, you will come to know that in place of x1 here, x1 is minus and here x1 is plus. So when you will compare like this, x plus 1 and x minus x1, so here x will get cancelled, so therefore x1 will be equals to what? Minus 1. Can you see? When you will compare this part, x1 minus x1 and x plus 1, so here the coefficient in place of x1, here it is plus but here it is minus, so indirectly the value of x1 will become what? Minus 1. Yes or no? Remember this. Here the formula it says that x minus x1. So if here the value is positive, so answer will be in negative. If the value if already it is in negative, so answer will be in negative. Suppose here it is positive, so answer will be in opposite number. If it is in positive, answer will be in negative. If it is in negative, so answer will be in positive only. So when you will compare, okay. So or else you can do like this also: x1 minus x1 equals to x plus 1. So clearly we can see that the x1 value will be equals to what? Minus 1. Same coefficient, already here it is positive. If already it is positive, so the value will be what? For y1 here it will be in negative. Now we'll check for z1. Again z1 already it is in positive, so here we will write negative. So now x2. So here when you will compare x2, x minus x2 equal to x minus 3, so the here x will get cancelled, so minus will get cancelled, so x2 equal to 3. So directly we can write as what? 3. Already if it is in negative, so answer will be in positive. If it is in positive, answer will be in negative. Like that you can remember. Okay. So while writing, be careful while finding the coordinate of x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2. So please remember this. If already it is in positive, so answer of that coordinate will be in negative. If it is in negative, so coordinate will be in positive only. So here x2 is what? 3. Y2 already it is in negative, so y2 will be what? 5. Z2 again it is in negative, so answer will be what? 7. Okay. So after that we'll find a1. A1 is what? 7. B1 is what? Minus 6, and C1 is what? 1. And A2 is what? 1. B2 is what? Minus 2, and C2 is what? 1. So here we got all the values of x1 y1 z1 x2 y2 z2 even a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 and c2. So now, as I told, first we'll find the numerator section. As here the numerator section is what? X2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1, a1 a2, sorry, a1 b1 and c1, a2 b2 c2. Simply you have to substitute the value here. So x2 minus x1, so x2 is what? 3 minus of minus 1. Y2 is what? 5 minus of minus 1. 7 minus of minus 1. A1 is what? 7 minus 6, 1. And this is what? 1 minus 2 and 1. So in the next step here you will get what? 3 minus minus plus, so 3 plus 1 it is 4, minus minus plus 5 plus 1 is what? 6, 7 minus minus plus 7 plus 1 is what? 8. So here it will be 7 minus 6 and 1, 1 minus 2 and 1. Yes or no? After that we all know that how to solve the 3 into 3 determinants. Yes or no? So first you will write 4, then minus 6 minus 2 1 1. Okay, then after that minus 6 7 1 1 1, then plus 8 7 1 minus 6 minus 2. So here 4 you will keep as it is, this will be minus 6. Here in the diagonal we have the opposite symbol, means plus will come. Minus 6 7 minus 1 8 minus 14. Here in diagonal we have opposite number, so I hope you all might be knowing how to write the symbol, as I had explained in this all things in the last year in the 11th standard. So this will be what? Opposite symbol means what? Positive will come. Yes or no? Okay, then after that 4, here it is minus 4. 7 minus 1 is what? 6. And minus 14 plus 6, minus 14 plus 6, minus 14 plus 6, it will be what? Minus 8. So 4 fours are, it is minus 16. This will be minus 36, minus 64. So minus 16 minus 36 minus, so 6 6 12, this will be what? 16 6 7 8 9 10 11. So here the answer will be what? Minus 116. So here we got the answer for the numerator section as 1 minus 116. Now we'll find the denominator part. So here, so denominator section is what? This is the formula. Yes or no? b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Okay, c1 a2 minus c2 a1 the whole square, plus a1 b2 minus a2 b1 the whole square. So here remember, first we'll find what? First we'll find this section inside part. Okay, then we'll write the answer and square it. Okay, so first we'll find b1 c2 minus b2 c1 the whole square. Yes or no? Plus c1 a2 minus c2 a1 the whole square, plus a1 b2 minus a2 b1 the whole square equals to. So the section I will write here. I will start from here. Okay, equal to, or else if you want to substitute the value further, here only I will show. So b1 c1, so what is the value? We'll check for b1 c1. Okay, so b1 c1. Okay, be careful while substituting the value. Okay, so b1 c1, b1 c2, sorry, here it is b1 c2. Can you see? b1 c2. So this will be b1 c2 will be what? b1 c2 minus 6 and 1 will be what? Minus 6. I will write the answer directly. If you want to put like this, b1 is what, minus 6, and c2 is what, 1. So in the next step you can write minus 6 into 1 is minus 6. I'm writing here answer directly. Okay, so minus b2 c1, b2 c1, so minus 2 into 1 is minus 2. Already here it is minus, so here I will write plus. So plus 2 the whole square plus c1 a2 c1 a2, so 1 1 side is 1, c2 a1 c2 a1, so minus 7 the whole square, yes or no, plus a1 b2 a1 b2, 7 2s are 7 into minus 2, it will be minus 14. Then minus a2 b1 a2 b1, so 1 into minus 6 is minus 6, so already here we have minus, so here we'll write plus. So minus 6 plus 2 is what, minus 4 the whole square. 1 minus 7 is what, minus 6 the whole square. And minus 14 plus 6 is what, minus 8 the whole square. So here minus 4 square is what, 16, minus 6 square is what, 36, and 8 square is what, 64. So 16, 36, and 64, it will be 116. Okay, 116. So now we'll write the formula inside the bracket, inside the square root. So this will be b1 c2 minus b2 c1 the whole square plus c1 a2 minus c2 a1 the whole square plus a1 b2 minus a2 b1 the whole square. So here we got the answer what, root 116. Okay, done with the numerator and the denominator section. Now we'll write the formula and substitute the value. So therefore the shortest distance between the given lines, that means d is equal to what, so here we have the formula, yes or no. So what was the formula, x2 minus x1 y2 minus y1, this was the formula, yes or no. Okay, okay, so this is the formula. And remember, whenever we have to find the distance and distance answer, always it will be in positive, the distance cannot be negative. Okay, remember this, the answer of distance always it will be in positive. If you want to make the answer it is in positive, see to that you write the answer inside the mod. So whenever you will substitute the value of this part and this part, okay, suppose if you are getting the answer in negative, as we know that distance cannot be negative, so always, as in the first section also, when you will find the distance between the two vector equations, to do that you will write the whole things inside the mod. So here also, final step, and the final step, or when you will write the formula section here, you can show this distance inside the mod. Okay, because we know that distance cannot be negative. Understood? Okay, or else in the last step directly substitute the value, showing everything inside the mod. So here the answer for the numerator which we got, it was root 116, and for the numerator section we got minus 116. So here we'll write minus 116. Okay, now see, without the mod if you are writing, so clearly we can see that here answer of distance we are getting in negative. But as we know that distance cannot be negative, if you want to find the answer in positive, so of course we have to write that all the values inside the mod, so the final answer it will turns to positive, yes or no. So remember this. So whenever you have to find the shortest distance, whenever they will use the word distance, see to it that the distance cannot be negative. So that's why I wrote the formula inside the mod. In the first step only, if you want to show the formula inside the mod, you can show, or else here you can write the shortest distance between the given line, and then you can substitute the values inside the mod. So here clearly we can see that minus 116 will rationalize this part, rationalizing the denominator. So here you will get minus 116 into root 116 upon, so this part will be what, root will get cancelled, so 116. Okay, so here we are getting what, minus root 116. So as we know that if whatever the value it is there inside the mod, whether it is positive or negative, of course the answer, when you remove this mod, answer will be in positive only. So here the answer will be in what, positive root 116. As root 116 is what, imperfect square, we cannot find the answer directly, so we can convert this pure set into mixed. Okay, so the final answer will be what, we can write as this as 29 fours are 4 nines are 36, 4 twos are 12, 13, 14, 15. So it will go more. So 4 twos are, it is 8, sorry, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here we are getting what, 116. So 29 fours are, we can write as what, 116. So square root of 4 is what, 2. So here we can write what, distance is equals to 2 root 29. Here nothing is there, unit, meter, kilometer, so here we'll write unit only. So here we got the answer, distance. And see to it that, as we know that we have to find the distance and distance cannot be negative, so that's why I wrote the answer inside the mod. If you want, in the first step only, you can write this formula inside the mod only. Okay, because when you substitute the value without the mod, of course the answer will turns up to negative only, and we know that distance cannot be negative. If you want to find the distance in positive, so we have to mention the values inside the mod. And I guess in textbook also, the formula actually they had written like this only, somewhere it is inside the mod. So be careful. Okay, because as we know that distance cannot be negative, so that's why I wrote the answer inside the mod, and when you will see the final answer, it will turns to positive only. As here root 116, it was imperfect square, so imperfect square means we have to check if it is a pure set, so we can convert that pure set into mixed or not. So here for this sum 116 we can write as what, 2 root 29, and here you will write unit. So in this way you have to present your sum in the board exam. I hope you all understood this sum, how to find that shortest distance between the two Cartesian equation. I hope you all understood the previous sum also, which we had done in the last lecture, how to find the shortest distance between the two vector equation. So once again we'll have a short revision of this sum. So first you will compare the equation, then you will write the formula. If you want to show the formula inside the mod, you can. Otherwise, directly in the last step, just you write shortest distance between the two given equation, then substitute the value inside the mod. Then comparing the given equation, I hope you all understood why I wrote this formula inside the mod. Okay, so comparing the equation, you will get x1 y1 z1 x2 y2 z2 a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2. After that, don't substitute all the values there itself in the formula. Find this part separately and this part separately. So where this part you got minus 116 and denominator section you got 116. So then substitute the value inside the mod, rationalize, you will get the answer. So in this way you have to present your sum in the board exam. I hope you all understood the sum. So we'll take now two more sum. One sum will be based on the vector equation and second sum will be based on the Cartesian equation. There we'll see whether the given two vector equation or a Cartesian equation intersecting or not. Just simply you have to check this numerator section. Okay, you will find the numerator section. If your numerator section is 0, turns to 0. If it is 0, so can I say 0 upon any number will be what, 0 upon any term will be what, 0 only. So if distance is equal to 0, straight away you can say that the two vector equation are intersecting to each other. Here also same, if numerator section is equal to 0, so 0 upon any number will be what, 0. So in simple language, okay, first just check this part. If this part turns to 0, since you will write since a2 minus a1 dot b1 cross b2 is equals to 0, so therefore we can say that 0 point in term will be 0, so distance will be 0. If distance is 0, so we can say that the two vector equation of line intersecting each other. Same here also. Okay, so let's check one sum based on vector equation and one sum based on Cartesian equation. So let's begin.